practice also.
All right, let's move over to the combine, man. We had the running backs, the quarterbacks, the running backs, and receivers on display yesterday, man. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the quarterbacks. Who is your biggest winners and losers from the QB position from yesterday's combine testing and their throwing sessions?
Taylor. Taylor Green with what he did, I don't know if he just put everybody on notice, put every GM on notice. He's totally moved up the charts for sure. First round pick. Where is he going? Who knows? But after watching him yesterday, he's just a thoroughbred. Man. It was good to see him, especially the season he had. And like I said yesterday, man, you could tell who's preparing for these combines, who's ready to put the work in. And you see it based on a simple 40, but his overall combine was crazy work, ridiculous, diabolical.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Taylor Green and why measuring in at 6'6", 227 and running a 4.35 and 11.2 in the broad is extremely impressive. I gotta disagree with my brother Moss. I don't think he moved up the draft board because guess what? The thing that you want to see from him, he didn't do, which is passing the ball. I think everybody figured out or already knew coming in that he was an athletic freak. But if you want to be a quarterback in NFL, the most important thing is throwing the rock, and he didn't throw the rock. So I don't know if he moved up, but at the same time, extremely impressive feat. I thought Ty Simpson did himself some good yesterday, slinging the ball. I think I was surprised personally by Haynes King's ability to run that fast in his 40. I think he did himself some good. And I think Sawyer Robertson didn't have the best day throwing, but I think his athletic testing was pretty solid.
Yeah, I would have to say Taylor Green, Haynes King, both of them, in terms of what they did at the combine yesterday, at least made it interesting for teams to say, maybe in the later rounds, I will take this guy and see where I can position him at when it comes to playing some of these positions, some gadget football in the NFL. I think for Taylor Green, if there's a team out there who is willing to have a project that has a quarterback who starts for them with this kind of a skill set, they probably will draft him in the later rounds and just see if they can develop him into something and also use him in gadget situations. I think that will be the same for Haynes King as well, being able to run that way, or even put him in certain packages, sort of like a wildcat, but also with a guy who can trick you up and throw the ball to a tight end or something. They might have helped themselves in that way. In terms of being drafted straight out as a quarterback, I don't think they helped themselves much. But I think Ty Simpson did enough to let all those NFL teams who have an interest in getting a quarterback outside of Mendoza, I think he did that and helped himself as well.
P1.
Nah, go ahead. I don't like none of them quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, we know Taylor Green did some like all time testing for QB position yesterday. But to throw a little couple other names out there, I thought Cole Payton from North Dakota State threw the ball really well. I think he got on a lot of people's radar yesterday. I would say Drew Aller. I think somebody's going to absolutely fall in love with Drew Aller. Just the measurables, um, and just the ease of. He's just like one of them guys. It's like without the pads, it looked like he got everything you need. So maybe somebody take a flyer on him and just be like, man, I can be the one to coach this guy up. Um, but one person I think hurt themselves, man. I don't know. That ball did not look good coming out of K Club. I don't think he threw the ball well at all for real. Well, not I ain't gonna say at all. It just wasn't. it just didn't. I don't know if you seen it. It just didn't look right. Something was off. I don't know if it was the footwork or just the arm strength in general, but something was off about Cade Klubnik. So I think he's the one guy that didn't do himself no favors. Maybe he could turn that around on pro day and get with his guys and throw the ball a little bit better. But as far as this QB class, we already felt like it's not the deepest. So I won't say that because I wasn't impressed by a lot of these guys, but I won't say that they hurt themselves because they came out there to compete. So I think that's a plus that they even showed up to compete. I think that gives you more credibility than not. Some instances, even if you didn't perform the best, but I think a lot of the times when you got a class like this, it's not that they didn't perform. It's just some of them just don't got it. They just don't got it. So even guy like Haynes King, somebody brought up Haynes King, I thought he would run faster in the 40. I don't remember what did he run 4. What did he run 4.5, 4.6? I thought he would run faster though, but I don't know. Some of these guys, this class is not that good at all, and you could tell.
Hey Zay,
Yo,
this class is garbage.
yeah, it's not that good.
You're not going, and that's why I really ain't had much to say unless you just set me up, threw me an alley-oop so I can talk about it. This class is garbage. You know what I mean? As a former QB, this class is garbage. I mean, even with Mendoza going number 1, if you have any of these other first-round QBs, and I'm not even going to say number 1 overall QBs, I'm just going to say a quarterback that went in the first round, he's not going in the first. He was in a system, had a good system, had a great team that was set up to win, that was extremely old, and I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but am I saying that he's one of those number 1 overall draft picks? No. He will be a late first rounder to second rounder in any other draft. And if you take it back some years, and that Indiana team was old as hell. They were old, and that's going to factor in. You know what I mean? So I don't feel that number 1 pick, but everybody feels like they have to take a quarterback number 1. They got the number 1 pick. They got to get a quarterback. They got to get their franchise player. And if you really, really look at it, they really don't get that franchise player. It got to be less than 50%. So, kudos to the Raiders. Good luck to the Raiders. But man, I hope they have a nice system around him, because I don't like this QB class, and I think Mendoza is just okay. He had a system, got him a natty, undefeated natty, and hey, kudos to him.
All right. What's Sean talking about that down here? He said, "Sorry, I've been at work." I know.
Gotta get that bread, SEC, Sean.
You good, Sean? Let's go ahead and move to the running back position, though. Who are y'all's biggest winners and losers from the running back position?
I really like the speed of the running backs. You can go ahead, Post.
The biggest winners were, of course, Mike Washington, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price. I thought those were the biggest winners. I think the fact that they asked Jeremiah Love to stay after and work with the wide receivers shows the versatility that I've been talking about for 3 years now. Jadarian Price, in my opinion, looked the best on the on-field workouts, and he did himself a lot of good getting into the 4.4s. And Mike Washington, I don't think anybody expected him to run that fast. So I thought those 3 guys were the biggest winners. I think Emmett Johnson from Nebraska, who I really like, I think he ran a little slower than I was expected. So, I mean, running backs, nice. I don't think it's the deepest class, but I definitely think there's some people, some RBs that did themselves some good in the company.
Hey, Post, didn't you say that Love was going to be like a top receiver as well? Coming from
Yes,
out
sir.
that backfield, you said that, huh? And then they want to look at him with the receivers, huh? You be
Yes, indeed.
spitting that hot fire, man. I like that. I like that.
I was on.
T1. Hey, shout out to T1, man. He always acknowledged when your boy Post is cooking, man.
All day. All day. Hey, and like I didn't look at Love like that, but you said that yesterday. You said that he gonna be in the runnings with them wide receivers too, and for the NFL coaches and GMs and scouts to hear you on that post yesterday and say, "Hey, Jeremiah, come over here. We heard that you gonna be a top receiver too, man. Big props out to you, folks."
I just think for I was texting Post about Jeremiah Love myself. I think when you had two running backs from the same school, top 6 in a 40 time, very impressive. I think Jeremiah Love don't even need a pro day. His day yesterday was just that good, even through the interview process. And like you mentioned, for him to work out with the wide receivers, I think that shows not just your skill set, but how much them GMs really want you in their